Good afternoon, my name is Luz Aida Hidárraga. I am a student of bachelor degree in English as foreign language. And I am with Monica Leandra Garcia, who has degree in language. She works at Jorge Alberto Gómez Gómez Educational Institution. Welcome, Leandra.
Thank you.
Um, she is going to answer some questions about language and culture. What do you think about culture?
Okay, when we talk about culture, we talk about many things. Culture is the characteristics, knowledge of a particular group of people, like a language, cuisine, expressions, costume, and something like that.
Okay. What is the influence of culture in this process of a foreign language process?
Okay, culture has a very important role in process of learning, because when you learn a language, you only know you not only learns expressions or songs or words. You have to learn what is the context of that word. For example, if I am going to say, okay, I'm going to play, or I'm going to play soccer, or I'm going to play a guitar, I'm going to use I am using the same word, but I am talking about the two different things. And there are many examples that you can use in this topic, but I can say that culture help us to understand what is the context, or what is the best word that I have to use in the moment when I am speaking.
Okay. How do you involve culture in the strategies you use in your English class?
Okay,
Can you give some examples?
Okay. When I'm teaching English, I'm trying to use expressions or words that can facilitate or can my students understand it. I mean, as I said before, when you learn another language, you not only learns the word. This is the word and that's all. No, you have to understand, and you have to understand to check what is the context. For example, I am teaching food, or I am teaching clothing, or something like that. When you are teaching any topic, you have to think what is the culture of that topic. For example, when I am teaching clothing, I can't teach them the expression for buy. For example, how much is it, or oh my God, is too much, or something like that. Another expression, for example, when in any language, in whatever language, you have expression that make the difference. For example, when you say in English, it's raining cats and dogs, it's similar like in Spanish, está cayendo un aguacero. It's really similar. And the students understand that, and they say, oh my God, it's good. Okay?
Okay, thank you. What do you consider are the most important elements to success in the second language learning?
Okay. The most important thing when you are going to speak, when you are going to learn another language, for me, Monica Alejandra, is the motivation. I mean, if you want to speak, for example, I want to learn Italian, I want to learn French, I want to learn English. When you have the motivation, you search the opportunity, you search the spaces where you can learn, okay? And that's all. For example, you know a person that speaks the language that you can learn, or that you want to learn, for example, or you know a classroom where you can practice English and you want to speak English, you try to go to this place and involve in that. Okay?
Okay.
To summarize, the most important is motivation.
Okay. Do you think it's necessary to set objectives of cultural learning in the language classroom?
Yeah, it's important because as I say before and as I say in that conversation, a culture makes a difference. I mean, for example, when you speak English and you know what is the context and what is the how can I say that? What is the context of that word, or what is better? For example, if in Spanish we say yo tengo 20 años. In English no, in English you have to say I am, yeah. But what? Because it's better, or because you have to say that. When you know that that little expression or a little tips can help you to make or to have a better conversation or to have a better learning process.
Okay. Um, Thank you so much for helping me in this activity. Um,
Thanks to you for your invitation.